Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. A bunch of you had let me know that you really enjoy the meal support videos that I post. I haven't made one in a while, and since you guys asked so nicely, and since you find them so helpful, I am making one today for you guys. If you have not watched one of my meal support videos before, these are just a time for us to enjoy a meal together. If you're someone who really struggles to eat without distraction, or maybe you find it helpful to eat with someone versus eating alone. Even though I can't be there with you in person, I would love to be just sort of that support and voice in your head telling you, we gotta keep eating. This is not a place for diet talk, weight talk. We're eating whatever sounds good. We're eating intuitively. We're usually having a fun beverage, and we usually just yap about whatever I decide I want to yap about. Please remember that if you would benefit from further support, a person in real life who can guide you through meals and how much to eat and tactics to overcoming food anxiety, food fears, I really do encourage you to get the support that you need. Recovery is possible. This video is not meant to be a substitute for medical treatment or advice. We are just a couple of besties having some lunch together. Okay, that said though, if you are not eating lunch, that's okay. Eat whatever meal you want. We're making some tuna salad today. Tuna salad, I feel, gets a bad rap. You hear tuna salad and you think, gross. That is what you eat when you are at your lowest. But I strongly disagree. They've really upped the canned fish game these days. Although we are just having regular canned tuna from Aldi. Again, the canned fish game, or tinned fish, as they say, is pretty epic. So we are gonna make some tuna salad. I'll show you how I do it. Super duper easy, quick lunch. But first, as I said, we need a fun beverage. Really in the mood for a Coke Zero today. The other day at Kroger, they had a sale where it was buy two, get three free on cases of soda. So your girl stocked up on her Coke Zero, ginger ale, and we also got Fresca. All right, I need some ice. I've been really into using my stemless wine glasses lately. Adding a lime, of course, a little bit of grenadine, and some fresh mint from the garden. Amazing. I mean, have you ever seen something so beautiful? All right, let's make this tuna salad. I've made it before for you guys, and I make it probably once a week, if not more, because it is just like the easiest lunch. I just have a basic can of tuna here. They also have like all those flavored ones you can get. You could do salmon instead. You could do canned chicken. And these are relatively cheap and super high in protein. How much is in this little guy? This little can has 25 grams of protein. I also love adding a hard-boiled egg to this. I don't have any today, unfortunately, but that would put this easily over 30 grams of protein just with those ingredients. And by the way, it's okay if not every meal you eat has gobs and gobs of protein, but it's a nice little bonus when it does. All right, going in next is this bread and butter relish. I'm gonna use, I think, the rest of it, so I'm gonna drain off this liquid and just pour it in here. Okay, I lied. It's actually way more than I thought it was. We're not gonna use all that. Mustard going in, some mayo, a little bit of plain Greek yogurt. Oh, here comes Finn. He literally always knows when I open Greek yogurt. Every time I open the Greek yogurt lid, he just comes trotting right over. Let's add some seasonings. We got salt, garlic powder. I'm adding some minced onion because I don't feel like dicing up an onion right now. Black pepper, and we mix. It is not pretty, but it's very tasty and very filling. I'm gonna have this with these Milton's salt and vinegar crackers. These were gifted to me. They are really, really good. They're also gluten-free if you have a gluten intolerance. They're made with brown rice flour, corn flour, oats, and potato starch. And these salt and vinegar ones are very tasty. I also have some bell pepper cut up. I wanna use those to dip in as well. Let's go eat. If you have not taken your first bite yet, let's do it together. Maybe it's the Midwesterner in me because we love mayonnaise-based salads in the Midwest, but I truly do love tuna salad. You know what though? Ross is also a born and raised Midwesterner. And he does not like tuna salad that much, so maybe it's not just a Midwestern thing. If you guys are also eating a meal right now and you're using this as a true meal support video, leave a comment below with what you're eating today. So I finished watching Friends last night. Not for the first time. I actually started watching Friends for the first time like a year or two ago. I think it was about 2 years ago that I watched it through for the first time all the way. I'd like seen parts of episodes here and there. I distinctly remember it being on sometimes at the gym at Purdue when I was in college. So I'd be like on the treadmill and it would be playing. And so now it's become one of those shows I just have on in the background. And I finished the last episode last night and I cry every single time, like a baby. I know exactly what's gonna happen. We all do. It's been 20 years since it came out. And I've seen it 4 or 5 times by now. Just gets me every time. These crackers have like the perfect amount of salt, in my opinion. Tastes really good. I mentioned that I have other shows along with Friends that I watch, kind of like on repeat in the background. New Girl is one of them. And this morning I had New Girl on while I was like making breakfast. And I finished that series too, which also pulls at my heartstrings because the characters are just lovable idiots, you know? So in the span of 24 hours, 2 of my repeat series end at the same time. Devastating. Other shows that I have on repeat are The Office, obviously. And I have the DVD box set of those, which is how I watch them. I don't have Peacock, which I have debated getting because I love Parks and Rec also. And I haven't watched it in years because I don't have Peacock. And I think that's the only place you can watch it, right? I'm pretty sure it is. Community is another one. Schitt's Creek, obviously. What else do I watch? I did see that Grey's Anatomy is on Hulu now, like all the past episodes. And I stopped watching Grey's Anatomy a while ago. I forget what season I stopped on. I know Meredith was still there. Oh, I think it was when Karev left. Yes, I think when he left, spoiler alert, if you're a Grey's fan and haven't caught up yet, like seriously, big spoiler, when Karev left for Izzy, that like really turned me off. I know that was their way of like writing the actor out of the show because I think he wanted to leave. At that point, there were like hardly any of the original characters left. But I have considered going back to season 1, just like restarting it all and catching up that way. If you guys follow me on Instagram, I think I shared there that Ross and I finished House of the Dragon, the Game of Thrones prequel. It was pretty good. I don't really have any like direct complaints, except for I don't want to wait forever for season 3. I can understand how much work goes into each episode, so I know it takes forever to make them. So because it will be a while, Ross and I started Game of Thrones again from season 1. This was like a week and a half ago and we're already on season 4. That's not true. It was like 2 or 3 weeks ago, but still. We watched Game of Thrones for the first time, when was that? During COVID, like spring 2020. So that was pretty shortly after all of them came out and like it was finally done. So we were able to binge all of it. I could not imagine going through 8 seasons of Game of Thrones and watching it week by week. That would have been agonizing. Although I guess I am kind of doing that now with House of the Dragon. So yeah, we're on season 4, which means, again, spoiler alert, if you've not watched Game of Thrones yet and you intend to, we just watched the Red Wedding. I forgot what episode that was, and the minute the wedding started, I was like, wait, is this the Red Wedding episode? And so I Googled Game of Thrones Red Wedding episode, and sure enough, season 3, episode 9. It's obviously a very sad situation, but I don't like feel like, I don't cry, I don't feel like an overwhelming sense of sadness when I watch that episode. It's more so just like the shock. It comes out of nowhere and it's just so incredibly violent and graphic. I'm like cringing the whole time, looking away, telling Ross to let me know like when certain parts are over. It's too much. Way too much. I don't think I would watch Game of Thrones by myself. It very much is a show I watch with Ross. When I'm by myself, I need like comforted, you know? So that's why I go towards like sitcoms when I'm alone. I need Ross there to support me to get through Game of Thrones. Quick little check-in. How's everyone feeling? This is a good time to assess your hunger and fullness cues without judgment. If you're ready to stop eating, even if there is food left, you can stop. If you want to keep eating, that's okay too. I'm so hungry, so I shall continue to yap. So I'm going on vacation soon. It's gonna be me and Ross's parents, my in-laws. Ross and I have been together for almost 5 years. Our 5-year wedding anniversary is in November. We've been together for 10 years, but our 5-year wedding anniversary is in November, and we've never been on a vacation like this together. We've gone on little trips, like we've gone to India a few times. One of my brand trips, he came with me, but we haven't like taken a full week, no work, just relax together. We didn't do a honeymoon because we basically just like eloped and then went back to work on Monday. Which I don't regret at all. I'm just very excited because it'll be our first big trip together. We're going to Hilton Head, which I don't think either of us have been to before. And Ross has very little beach experience, so I'm excited for him to get some sand between his toes, you know? I'm sure him and his dad will go fishing. I really want to go thrifting. I told Ross that. He's like, you're going to go to Hilton Head and spend your time at the thrift stores? He does not quite get the lore of thrifting. And I was like, yes, you find completely new things if you go to a new town, a new city, and go to their thrift stores. And I Googled it, and there are quite a few there on the island. So I intend to go thrifting. I want to go to some bookstores. I want to try all the coffee shops that I can. I asked you guys on Instagram what restaurants I need to try, and you guys came through. So we're going to try some new restaurants. And I think this video is going to come out before I leave. So if you're watching this and you have any Hilton Head recommendations, leave them in the comments. I would greatly appreciate it. Ross and I have also never flown together on a plane. Between you and me, I am a little nervous about it because Ross and I both like to be in charge. I'm the eldest daughter, he's the youngest son, and he has 2 older sisters. So he just like thinks that he gets to be in charge, you know? So that should be interesting, us navigating the airport together. I'm sure it'll be fine. I'm planning on completely logging out of all social media and like just relaxing and reading and doing nothing else. I do have some YouTube videos planned and recorded. I gotta get them edited before I go, but they'll be scheduled for you guys to watch while I'm gone. But otherwise, the phone will be on Do Not Disturb. That is a wrap for me. I am feeling good. Gonna stop here. If you are still eating, by all means, keep eating. If you'd like more support, I will leave another video after this one for you guys to watch. Otherwise, be sure to like this video before you go. Don't forget to subscribe. Thank you so much for hanging out with me and listening to me yap. Hopefully it did make you feel less alone during your mealtime. I'll see you guys next time.